guys, what's up? It's Eli Knight and Ryan Hoover, of course, with Fit to Fight Republic, and we're here in Veracruz, Mexico. And we've been doing some training this week and having a lot of discussions. Whenever we get together, we like to talk about a lot of things. And something that both of us have encountered at different times and in different ways is discussion about applying front headlocks for control, setting up chokes or anything like that in kind of more of a street fight environment. Whereas we get a lot of comments about these things. Like if I was going to start some kind of headlock or a choke, about, well, while you're doing that, the person can either access a weapon that they had in their pocket or on their waistband and then use that on you while you're setting this thing up, or if you were carrying a weapon, they can access your weapon on you. So what I was going to start with is talk about the front choke or front guillotine choke, and this could be set up a lot of different ways. Like if we wind up in this kind of clinch position like this here, and I want to snap him down, so I like to use this bump set up here like this with my shoulder, and then snap his head down into this front guillotine. Now from here, this is a fast choke. It's really sharp, and the most common reaction that you're going to get out of anybody just about is, look, they're going to go straight for my hands here to relieve the pressure of the choke. So if there's a danger in this for me initially, it's not necessarily going to be him reaching into his pockets for a weapon, punching me in the balls. It's going to be that he's going to pull my hand away from the choke, in which case we can follow up with other things too. But that's going to be the most common instinctive reaction. Now, I don't have to finish it standing either. I can finish it on the ground. I'm not necessarily going to pull guard to finish it, but I would probably say, if you had to finish this in a hurry and you don't know about the choke and you don't know about his free hands, you can still kind of sprawl this out. I won't do this fast or anything, but I could go from here and just sprawl this straight down to the ground here like this, finish the choke, or use this to transition around to set up other things, take us back, or escape the situation altogether. What other kind of control points like that?
Well, and I think on that one especially, my hands probably initially go to the hands, and then they go to the ground because the concrete is fast approaching.
And if I don't have to worry about those hands going to anything else.
At no point am I thinking, oh, maybe I'll go grab something here or there, because it's just natural instinct. I don't care how much you train. If you can't breathe, you're going to do what you can to try to relieve that. And the same thing here. If my hands go to the floor, that's a win for Eli. My hands would go to the floor there. So I think it's just a lot of times these kinds of scenarios, it's easy to hindsight these things and say, well, I would or I wouldn't, and it's a lack of understanding of I think the difference between instructional and dynamic live.
That's
training.
It exactly, because you get people that watch this snapshot of it and they haven't trained this technique before. And so they see this frozen in a vacuum while I'm explaining what we're doing for the mechanics of the choke, and they're like, well, this has taken a while. I would have already had my gun out, I would already have my knife out, I would have already done this or that thing. And it's like, no, you wouldn't have if I knew what I was doing whatsoever about this choke, because what you would have done is protect your neck, protect your face if I sprawl you to the ground. That's more likely, but instructional speed sometimes lends itself to that kind of criticism, and so that's what we're trying to kind of clear up, I feel like, too.
Yeah. And even with, I think people that actually train understand the instructional speed.
Yes.
If you're touching hands with people regularly, you understand how fast that choke works or how fast that sprawl happens. And there's really just, if it's there, if he's got it sunk in, there's no room for me to do any of these other things. I have to address the immediate danger, which is his forearm on my neck.
That's it.